Hi, my name's Roland Eva, and today I'd like to talk to you about the truth about business success and why it's actually quite boring. 8 years ago, I had a chance conversation with a millionaire friend of mine, and he said something that's been etched into my brain ever since. It was a throwaway comment really, but something that I've never forgotten. Now what did he say? He said, successful people are not successful because they have great ideas. They are successful because they stop what isn't working. Now why did I find that so remarkable? I was shocked. Why? Because I thought to be successful you had to have great ideas. You know, monster ideas. Ideas that could change the world. But the reality was, we all have ideas. You know, how many ideas do you have every day? If you're anything like me, you have a lot, yeah? Loads of ideas. And they all come at the most inopportune moment, the most inconvenient moment. They come when you're having a shave, when you're driving the car, when you're just going for a walk, yeah? Now, as you know, ideas are ethereal, they're perishable. You know, how many of these ideas, these moments of inspiration, actually make it into a notebook? Not very many, right? And those ideas that do make it to the notebook, do they change your life? You know, my ideas that make it to the notebook, do they take my business in a new direction? Do they change the world? No. And here's why. Because an idea is nothing on its own. It's just an idea. Yeah? An idea only becomes a possibility when you take an idea, you create a plan, and then you put focused, dedicated action behind it. At that point, it becomes a possibility. A possibility of something that the marketplace might want. But you won't know until you actually test it, until you deliver it to the market. And then what happens? Well, one of three things will happen. Number one, you will sell as many as you hope. Great! Yeah? Number two, you'll sell more than you hoped. Yes, I'm a genius. Thank you. Yeah? Or number three, you'll sell less than what you hoped for. And what does that mean? Oh God! Yeah? Now, in each and every case, it's not actually the end of the world. Yeah? It's not the start of something great. At least not yet. Yeah? Because in each and every case, all you've got is feedback. It's feedback from the marketplace. Yeah? Now, what do you do with that feedback? Do you take that feedback and grow it into something huge, the next billion-pound idea? Or do you take that feedback and kind of continue doing what you're doing, i.e. nothing much? Or do you do nothing at all? Now I say do you take that feedback, and I'm overlooking one huge assumption, and that's that you actually sit down and measure your results. Now, measuring results is, like, let's face it, it's pretty boring, right? Nobody wants to measure results. Like, hey, getting out a spreadsheet and stuff like that sounds like what accountants do. Like, you know, we're an entrepreneur, we're marketeers, you know, we want new ideas, like, that's sexy, right? That's fun. That's where our creativity shines through. But the reality is that if you take the time to examine the results, yeah, whether you got better results than you hoped for, whether you got the same results than you hoped for, or, and especially if you got worse results than you hoped. Now, you go, why would you bother doing the report when it's going to tell you that you're not a genius? Who wants to be told they're not a genius? I like to be told I'm a genius. I don't want to be told I'm not a genius, yeah? Especially when I already know that. But, what do? You do the report, and then you can examine what actually happened in the cold reality of real-world feedback. And then your creativity can shine through. Why? Because you can do the most important thing in the world, and that's test, measure, tweak, repeat. Test, measure, tweak, repeat. That's the most important thing. That's how you can take your little idea. You can, so you create an idea, you test it in the marketplace, you measure the results, you tweak it based on real world feedback, and then you repeat that process. Yeah? Because whatever happens is just a one-off incident. This is just the first time you've sold something in the marketplace. You've taken an idea and you've presented it to the world. But what happens next? Yeah? So maybe you tweak your idea based on real-world feedback, and then you test it again. And what happens next? Well, what happens next is the same three things. You either get what you hoped for, you get better results than what you hoped for, or you get worse results than what you hoped for. So you get some more feedback from the world. And then you can repeat this process of test, measure, tweak, repeat. Yeah? Now, of course, what do the smart and successful business people do. They have a great idea, they test it, they measure the results, and then they tweak it based on real-world feedback. And if it continues to not work, then they cut it, they stop doing what they're doing. And that's really the secret to their success. Why? Because they can then focus on the next idea, the thing that's working. They can take another idea, bring it to the world, and when that works, then they run with it. Now, why do I keep going on about this? I keep going on about this because so many businesses suffer through hope marketing. Now, what is hope marketing? Hope marketing is when you pay for advertising or activity and you hope that it will make the phone ring. But what if it doesn't? Yeah? So many businesses still believe the illusion that marketing cannot, marketing cannot make the cash register ring. You cannot prove that marketing spend that you make today actually makes sales tomorrow, which is just crazy because it's not true. Yeah? So they still live in this reality of 50% or more of all of my marketing and advertising activity is a waste of money. But they don't know which 50%. So they continue doing what they've always done. They continue doing what isn't working. Yeah? Remember, the most successful people stop what isn't working. But they don't do that because they don't bother to test and measure. Now, with direct response marketing, the activity that you do today, you will know within a few hours' time whether it's working or not. So if you just take lead generation. If you do lead generation on Facebook or Google AdWords, you can set up some ads today, and then within a few hours' time, you'll be able to know whether it's working or not. Are you getting leads? Are people opting in for your ebook? Are they saying, yes, I want your information? If they are, great. Yeah? If they're not, and of course, if they are, great, but what is your cost per lead? Is it what you hoped for? Great. Is it better than what you hoped for? Sweet. Is it worse than what you hoped for? Okay. What do you do? Test, measure, tweak, repeat. Yeah? So in that scenario, you test, measure, tweak, repeat, and then you either optimize your ad and squeeze page to get the result that you want, or you say, this isn't working, let's stop it, let's look at the audience, let's look at what else we can do to try and improve this. Let's look at, hey, another advertising medium. But what you don't do is continue down this path of just burying your head in the sand, being the ostrich, because that is the path to ruin, because you never actually stop what isn't working. So I hope you found this useful. I hope you can see that if you want to join the ranks of the hugely successful entrepreneurs, all you've really got to do is stop what isn't working. All you've got to do is test, measure, tweak, repeat. It's that simple. Yeah? Now, if you found this useful, please leave a comment below and let me know. If this can help somebody that you know, then please share it with them. And if you are watching this on anywhere but rolandeva.co.uk, then please head over there, because I would love to give you a free copy of my new book. So the book is called The Simple 5-Step System to Turn Expertise into £672,989 in just 9 days. As the name suggests, this shows you how to use my simple 5-step system to turn your ideas, your passions, your unique brilliance, otherwise known as your expertise, into a hugely profitable business almost overnight. So please head over there right now, that's rolandeva.co.uk, and get your free copy. And until next time, carpe diem.